Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mayor Billy Knight. It's time for our River City Chat. You know, I really getting used to doing this and enjoy doing it because it's, you know, we get feedback where people appreciate me doing it, and I thank you for that. But it's a way that I try to, you know, keep you informed and up to date on what's going on and try to respond to some of your concerns that you have out there. And so there's a couple of concerns that people had over the last couple of weeks that I want to address. But I want you to think about this, Smalls Point. You know, when I came in office, there was so many things that needed to be done and try to correct and improve on. And, you know, we were trying to do those things one at a time, okay? And one of the big complaints that we had was that people were afraid, and they're still afraid, that somebody is going to get hurt crossing the street on McInnes and Main Street. When you try to cross McInnes right here at Burnham Drive, Burnham Drugstore, and you try to cross down at Bellevue, Dantzler, where the red light is, if you try to cross where the bank is, that's called Post Office Road, I think it's called that. If you try to cross anywhere between Bellevue and Dantzler, walking, it's almost, you know, you're taking that risk in your own hand of getting hit by a car. Because when they come off of that Bellevue red light, especially if that red light is green and they're coming so fast, before you know it, they're right up on you at McInnes. And if you're coming out there in a car, you better speed across there to get out of the way of that traffic coming south or going north on 613. So people complain to us all the time, and I agree, because I have a hard time getting out of there. I mean, sometimes I go the other way, you know, go all the way around to drive Grayson to keep from going because and get a red light, because it is difficult to get across there sometimes, particularly when the shipyard traffic is coming. It's more difficult then than any other time, but at all times you really have to be careful. So what we try to do to correct that is that we said the only way to stop that, and people suggested that, you know, put a cop out there so they can give a ticket and slow these people down. Well, you know, we got new technology now, so we did put a cop out there, but the cop has a radar gun. These radars are not posted anywhere. They're not on a post stationary anywhere. These radar guns is in the cop's hand, and it's the same as if a cop would pull you over. It's just technology now has allowed us to advance to a point that a cop does not have to pull you over anymore, because it's not efficient for a cop to have to stop 10 or 12 cars if they're trying to get by. But that radar gun can tag every one of them that is speeding. And that's what is happening now. Technology has allowed us to put a radar gun in the hand of a policeman. And it's the same as a policeman giving you a ticket. And if you think that you're not being treated fair, that you were not speeding, you can take that through the court system, and I'm sure the judge will dismiss that ticket. But to talk about the timing of the ticket and all that, I'm sorry, I just don't want to hear that. Because we're trying our best to keep our citizens safe. We can't get MDOT to put a red light there. That's what we've asked them to do. They will not put a red light there. So if we cannot get them to put a red light, they won't let us put a speed bump in that area between Burnham and Dantzler. So if we cannot put a speed bump there, and we cannot put a red light there, the only choice we have is to put a radar in our police officer's hand to slow people down. So when you get a ticket, the question ought to be, was I really speeding? If you were not speeding, then you need to take that ticket to the court, and I'm sure they will help you work that out. But don't blame the city or the police department because they stopped you for speeding if you were really speeding. Just be honest about it. You or your loved one, tell them to slow down, because it's all about safety to me. So we're going to continue that, because it's about safety to me. It's not about trying to punish anybody. It's about trying to slow people down. I hope you understand that, Moss Point, because we're trying to make our city better. We're trying to make our city better. The other part of the discussion here today, I just want to talk about, we also told you in our state of the city about how broke we were, how difficult financially, our city was in. And we told you some of the things that we thought would help remedy these problems. And one of them was that raise our rates, our water rate, our garbage rate. And the feedback I got was people saying, man, do what you got to do, because they did not know we were in such a dire financial strait that we are in. And we're still there because we just put this in place. It's just going to take us a year or two to get out of this situation. So now people are beginning to get their water bill, and the rates, some of them, in some cases, the water rates are higher. Well, it's because of the increase that we put on them. I hear people always say, how nice Ocean Spring is and how nice D'Iberville is. Well, those people seem to be willing to pay the rate that they need to get the quality service that they want. We want quality service, we want quality water, but it appears that we don't really want to pay for it. I hate that, Moss Point, because we have got to be paying the rate that we should be getting, because Moss Point don't make any money. The city of Moss Point don't make any money off of water. Don't get that confused. The city does not make any money off of water and garbage. That is simply a pass-through. And all we're doing is asking you to pay the rate based on the usage. And we're going to be getting new water meters in the ground. That's the other situation I told you about. That we're estimating this water. I said the first quarter of the year, we hope to start putting water meters in the ground, brand new water meters, because they have not worked since 2014. And we're going to be putting new water meters in the ground the first quarter. And when you start getting an accurate reading, your bill probably will go up more. I hate it. But you're not getting the real reading on your meters now, because the meters are not accurate in the ground. And when we get these new readers, some of you are going to be paying more and some of you are going to pay less. I hope most of you be paying less. But you got to start paying for the usage for the amount of water that you're actually using. Because my goal is to be fair with everybody. I don't want you to pay no more or no less than you should be paying. But we're going to put new water meters in the ground, and we hope the first of the year we'll start getting some accurate reading. But the rate increase was because we're trying to make sure that everybody's paying their fair share, and we're paying just like every other city is paying what the rate should be. And Moss Point, I'm asking you to support us with this, because on the other hand, Moss Point, we don't have no choice. We really don't have no choice. We need to bring our city in line with all these other cities and what they're paying, and our people need to be willing to pay their fair share of exactly what they're using. So let me just summarize, Moss Point, that we're trying to keep our city safe with that radar gun. We're not trying to punish anybody. We ask you to slow down. If you're doing the speed limit, you're not going to have anything to worry about. And the water rates, we had to increase them because we were losing money because our rate was not what it should be. Outside of the fact that we're estimating these water bills. I hate we have to go through this, but that's the way it is. It is what it is. This is where I found it when I got here, and I'm just trying to correct it all. Moss Point, I know the majority of you are going to understand this, and I hope the rest of you will come along, because we don't have a choice. We're all in this together, so we have to work through these problems together. These are the growing pains that we got to go through. So I hope you understand, Moss Point. I'm depending on you to do that. Have a good day.